it is visible.
Yes, sir. It's visible, sir.
Okay. So welcome you all. Today I'm going to cover the security feature of the AML document. AML means anti-money laundering document. So where these documents actually used? So these documents are actually used to create some kind of identity theft or some kind of other things. Like if I want to take any policy, so as many of you know that a policy have the different limitations like related to your age, related to your address, related to your medical conditions, and accordingly related to your job professions. Accordingly it is there are several kind of benefit towards the policy, and for these policy few documents required by the policy holders. Similarly it is in the bank for any financial transaction, and also it is required for once a person go for any I can say if a person going for any other kind of documents or any kind of other identity creation. So what all are these documents? So these documents, how you can verify either these documents are true or not, either what are the things we can see in a document is a forged, and how you can see that document is forged or not. So I'm going to discuss about few documents like a PAN card, it's a permanent account number card, passport, because it's required for the foreign travel, and nowadays people are purchasing lots of policy and claiming that later on they are claiming they are not in the country. So that is they are providing the passport and their entry and exit restricts, entry and exit. So that is the one thing. Third is Aadhaar card, which is completely related to our country only, and voter ID, which is used for generally for voting, casting a vote. But we in India we use for several other purpose also. Like we use voter ID for our address proof, we use it for the mobile connection, we use it for the gas connection, and several other things we use voter ID, and driving license. In driving license also, it is earlier it was vary from state to state. So few states have a different kind of driving license. Now it's a driving license was made single kind of for the whole India, and it is known as a driving license for the Union of India. And where you can see in a bracket it is written that for the state name also. And school leaving certificate, because school leaving certificate show the date of birth of the 10th certificate usually. So to prove the date of birth of a person, either the person is actually of that date or not. So for that it is required a school leaving certificate and the board exam certificate also when you going for the admission. And you all must have heard about that Delhi University, they are verifying the document from all the candidates, those who are coming for the bachelor admissions initial days. So like this, these documents are having a different security feature. I'll cover how you can verify once you are seeing any document, either it is the original or not, and what are the security feature seen in that document. So let's start one by one. So all documents, they have a different kind of security feature, and these security feature are present into the different part. Like QR code, nowadays it is very common. So QR code is known as quick response code, which is a two-dimensional matrix code, and it has a large, combination of machine readable codes. And by all these codes, it give a complete number, and by that number, it give a combination, and by that combination, we read to the information. Either the information which is mentioned in the document is belongs to the particular individual or not. Like in Aadhaar card, if you have seen the QR code is there, and you all can download the application from the Google Play Store, or you can download from the App Store QR scanner. And if you scan your if you scan your Aadhaar card information, so you will see all the details are, you can easily read in that QR code also. So what before the QR code? So earlier QR code, there are multiple barcode layouts are there. 2D stacked barcode are there, and that 2D bar is stack code usually used for the larger document. Like if you have seen a document related to uh, mm, traveling, and multiple barcode you have seen in the passport, and you have seen in the boarding pass, you have seen into the other places, other grocery shops you have seen in the logistics. So 2D matrix code is another which is machine readable code, but it is a very small code which is which can be placed into any kind of small documents. So what are the security feature and how one code is important and how one code is uh, visible and how the other code is not as good as the first code. So for that, I'm going to explain about what are the technology used behind this codes. So, developer of these codes are different companies. Like QR code is developed by TensorWeb, PDF is symbol technology, and similarly, data metrics and the Maxi code is developed by the respective companies. So QR code having a type of the matrix. Matrix means it's a combination of different tools. While the PDF 417, which we generally see into logistics or in the courier slip or in boarding pass, that is a slacked barcode and which have the only which have only the stacked barcode, not the complete information you can find in the PDF 417. So, a data capacity. Every these codes have a different kind of data capacity. So, QR code have the highest data capacity, and in this, a numeric capacity is 7,089, while the alphanumeric capacity is 4,296, and binary numeric is 2,953. By this by this numeric, alphanumeric, and binary number, QR code generate a unique number, and by this unique number, any if you have any long paragraph, that also can be converted into the QR code. That information can be easily converted into the QR code. You all can easily generate a QR code. Many of you know and how to generate, but you just have to search QR generator. So you just search on the Google, you will find the QR generator, and whatever the information you will enter into the box in a type form, either it's your name, address, phone number, email ID, you can convert into the QR code information. The best part of the QR code, earlier the PDF 417 data matrix and the metric code, they do not have the much readability about the Japanese, Korean, and other Chinese other characters. In QR code, there are 1817 such parameters are available, which converts the Japanese, Chinese, and the Korean script, and by that it gives all information related to the Japanese, Chinese, and the Korean script. So the main feature of the QR code is a large in capacity, small in size, having the high speed scanning. If you just install a scanner a scanning app in your mobile and you see just scan a QR code, it will take 1 or 2 seconds. Even many of you have tried the WhatsApp web. So WhatsApp web WhatsApp is having a QR code and which scan very easily within 1 or 2 seconds. While the PDF 47 large capacity having, but it's taking a much time. Data matrix similarly having a small size, so you can entry up to the combination of only maximum 3,116 numbers, but while here you can add 7,089. So and Mexico having the high speed scanning, but size is very small, so you can only add information up to the 138 character, which is usually used into the logistics things and the small machine. So QR code can be easily used into all kind of application. So there is no limitation that you require to be limited to logistic, or you require to be limited to factory automations, or you require to be office automation, because PDF 417 is completely used for the office automation, like courier slip, courier stickers, or you can if you set the airport boarding ticket. So this is for the office automation developed. While the QR code solve all purposes, and if you can see the small Pepsi bottle, small fruity bottle is also carry a QR code. VLCC products, they all carry the QR code. And because it's a very small in size, apart from being in a small in size, it carry large information also. And as far as the standard wise is concerned, QR code is more standardized by the different certification level compared to the other PDF 417 data matrix or the MASI code. So these QR code are present into the several kind of document, that is the KYC document, and that KYC document, which when we submit, what we edit the content of that document, like we edit the name, we edit the address, we edit the date of birth, because these three things going to solve the purpose of getting a benefit, either it's impersonation or getting the age benefit of the policy or any other things. So we are going to edit only the content, while the information which is available into the QR code is already carrying all your information, non-edited information. So that can be easily verified through the QR code. So let's start with one by one. First, a PAN card. PAN card is known as permanent account number, and it consists of the 10 digit. In 10 digit, there are 5 digit which carry alphabets, and 4 digit which carries a number from 1 to 9, a random number. Last digit is the alphabet, and that alphabet comes through the profession and the calculation value. So fifth alphabet carry the first letter of the applicant's surname. Like if my name is Singh, so Ranjeet Singh, so Singh will become as S will become as a fifth alphabet, and father name is mandatory as a old field. But I'll tell you one amendment also happened last year, that even if in absence of the father, how you can change the name and what information can be added into the PAN card. So date of birth, signature of the applicant is in a scanned format on a present, and photograph is also present as a scanned format. So bottom right side, if you check on the bottom right side, there is a scanned signature of the issuing authority, and with the name of issuing authority is a commissioner of income tax. That was actually available into the older version of PAN card, but now a new version which came in 2017, it has a different information. So that also I'm going to show you in next slides. So the sixth information which is present into the PAN card and which make a unique, that it has a top right side, there is a scanned Ashok Chakra logo is there with a lens, and photograph size is fixed in a PAN card, 2.3 centimeter in length and 6.5 centimeter in breadth. So
sir, hold on a minute, sir. Someone disturbed the presentation.
Okay.
Can you present it now, sir?
Okay.
Dear participants, do not present any slide during the session. Kindly find the presenting slide of the speaker and click on it. There will be an icon on the ID of pin. Click on the pin icon, it will pin it and you will see the slide. Thank you.
Can they see my slide, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So reaching to the sixth point. The sixth point is a top right side, which having the scanned Ashok Chakra logo, which is present, and the type of the photo is size is fixed, which is 3.2 centimeter in length and 2.5 centimeter in breadth. All the headings which is present into the PAN card is in a form of English and a Hindi language. Sometimes it is a regional languages also available. Depend upon the issuing income tax authority, which authority has issued it is. If it is from the Tamil Nadu, there will be a English and Tamil. If it is of Karnataka, then there will be English and Kannada. Similarly, if it is in Andhra Pradesh, Telugu and English combination is there. So that is the information like name and other things is available, which having a combination of English, Hindi and the regional languages. Signature of the holder is also present with the photo, and both are scanned. Like in a driving license, there is no scanned signature, while here it is a scanned signature. Whatever the signature is provide you on a your form, and that signature was scanned by the authority, and authority will put that signature on a PAN card. But now it is also changed. In a new version of the PAN card, it is also changed. Why I'm discussing the old feature? Just because once you are going to verify any document, you are going to receive the old PAN card also, and that old PAN card having a different information. So you require to know the old and the new version both. In Hindu undivided family or any company, name of the company or the karta is present instead of date of birth. So there is no date of birth is present, only the name of person and the name of director or the karta or the name of the company is present. And new PAN card having the QR code. So I'm just going to show the information which is available on the PAN card. So you all can see the 10 digit of the PAN card. So first 3 digit is a random alphabetic series running from triple A to triple Z combination. Fourth digit is related to your profession, like if you are an individual, a single person, or the salary person, it is considered as a P. And if you're a company, then fourth letter will be C. If it's an association like a society or the NGO, then it will be a A. if it is a firm like a proprietorship or the LLP or the any other firm, not the private limited company, but the firm. So then it will be a F. For Hindu undivided family firm is a H, like Pepegins is I think a Hindu undivided family firm. Trust is a T for the trust, and the body of individuals, like if any party or any constitutions were made where the several body is available, then it is considered, it is donated as B. For local authority like municipal corporation and other authority, it is considered as a L. And for judicial officer, it is a J, and for the government officer, it is a G. So these are the information which is present on the fourth letter. Fifth letter of PAN card denote the first letter of the applicant's surname. Like if my name is Ranjeet Singh, so fifth letter will be S. And a letter from 6th to 9th is again a sequential manner of 00012 to 999, 4 times nines, and comes as a random number. And by calculation of all these 9 numbers, there is a one check digit. Like if you have read about the primary classification, so there is a 32 by 32 case. So similarly, here is a check digit come, and that check digit denote the individual person, how it is going to be denoted, and in which category it is going to be put, and where the information, like once you submit all the document to the PAN card, they carry that all document and keep that document into the different departments in the different sections. So it is very tough for them to search your document with the PAN number only. So they made a block of 26 block where they keep your form and your data along with the check digits. So that check digit help in a verification once someone or the government authority required or any investigating authority required from the income tax office where the PAN card generated, that what all document has been produced by the individual for getting this PAN card. Like in a financial frauds, there are lots of financial fraud is going on. Either it's a company payroll or it's online frauds. So in all these frauds, they are using one account number or any account number. And nowadays, without a PAN card account number, opening up the account number is very tough. I cannot say it's impossible, but it's very tough. So like that, a person investigating agency can get the information by checking that check digit. So these are the information present on the old. You can see the old PAN card. So here you can see the name of the individuals, the first oldest, then second generation, then third generation, and now it's the fourth generation. So you can see the all kind of generation. Here, can anyone tell which one is a forge? Any participant? Apart from 1, 2, and 4? Can any participant? You can unmute and tell the answer.
Fourth one is the modern, sir.
Which one?
Fourth one is the modern, sir.
Fourth one is a forge.
Yes, sir, modern.
No, I'm not asking the modern. I'm saying that which one is forged out of 3? Because third is a sample without any information, but 1, 2, and 4 is issued by the authority. So can anyone tell which one is forged or having appropriate information? No? So, see, as I told you here, pardon? So, as I told you here, the fifth letter denotes the surname of the individual. And you see in the second, the surname is M, while in the PAN card, it is a G. So, here it should be M. So, this one is a forged PAN card, not the actual PAN card. So like this, you can verify even by looking. You cannot check there is any symptom of the forgery into this PAN card. But these are the small tips or the small information present into the PAN card by which you can easily verify. So this is a company PAN card where you can see this is the older version, and this is a newer version of the PAN card which we apply recently, because here you can see the R is missing in Sherlock. So we made them to edit and we requested a new PAN card from the income tax department, and then they issued a new PAN card. And here you can see that name of the company is complete here, and here the S is a starting letter. Here you can see the S. AATCS. So starting letter always come in a case of company, and this QR code will give all the information about the PAN card, date of creation, and other things. So this one you can easily check that this is a forced PAN card. Here it is a K. K is written. While here you can see here the K is written. So this portion, while it is S is required. So like this, you can easily verify, not having even having the blur or the non clear photographs. So you can easily check. Yes, this is a PAN card which is edited by an individual. So, so this is another PAN card which we found received from here. You can see the. Uh, can anyone mute their mic where we are getting the sound? Participant, please mute your mic. Okay. So now screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Screen is visible, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Please mute the mic because the sound is coming from the bird. Sound is coming. Although it's very soothing, but in this situation we cannot hear the sound. So
we are getting it.
correct. So see, sir, here you can see how the PAN card was verified. So there is a PAN card. Earlier it was open portal on the income tax website, and on income tax website, once you add the name of the individual, father name of the individual, and date of birth, so you will find the PAN card. Correct. So here, sorry, name and father name. Once you enter the name and father name, you will enter the individual information. Here you can see the date of birth is changed. One is a 1949, another is a 1959. So how this date is changed and why this date is changed is the question. So this date was changed. Earlier date was 1949, and you can see the spelling of Akbar is also E is added instead of A after B. And in Abbas also Ali is added and after Malik is added. So once you will entering the exact number of information. So if you are entering the information of the first, only you will get the information that a date of birth is 1949. If you are entering this information, then you will get the same PAN card number, but information is different. So like this, we verified from the income tax department, and we reached to the conclusion that our PAN number 2 is forged. And also we investigated and found that the person wants to take a benefit of the policy, because if he is presenting the date of birth as 1959, then he is eligible for the policy, while his age is in 1949, he is not eligible for the policy benefit. So like this, they are presenting a forged PAN card, while the PAN number, you can see in both cases PAN number is same. Only signature is changed because it is a second copy was created by just changing the name of birth on a date of birth on a same PAN card number, just to get the benefit from the authority, from the insurance company. So this case we did for the HDFC Life. So there is a new PAN card where you can see the QR code is there. Here you can find the QR code. Here you can find the here you have to sign. Earlier a signature was available, but here you can see that signature you have to sign once you receive the original PAN card by courier to you. You can download this e-PAN card also and print and you can sign. So this is again, it is a valid because this is electronically issued, and it comes generally to your email ID, registered email ID, and this can be verified from the portal of the income tax department also. So this is a new format of the PAN card coming, which I shown you in the last slide also. Here, see here. So this is a new PAN card coming with a QR code. So like this, these are the information for the PAN card, and here we are discussing about the father name. So once the petition was filed and it was amendment that what in case of the single mother. So in case of the single mother, a mother name only can be used against the rule of the 114 of the income tax of 1962, where the father is, if father is not available and child belongs to the single mother, either is adopted or by some or any means. So here a mother name is only used in the PAN card creation. So it gives the form number 49A and 49AA for including the mother name instead of the father name in the PAN card in case of only in a single parent, and as that single parent is mother, not the father. If even in the case of divorce, father name is mandatory, but in case of single mother, mother name, only mother name can be added. So this is a one amendment happened into the PAN card related to the father name inclusive. So second is a passport, and passport is the passport, visa, and the travel stamp, which is generally we used for the foreign travel, and it carries some information like a serial number which is present on the first page, which match with the serial number of the passport, and this is must headlines present into the English, Hindi, and the regional languages. But all the information is only present into the English because English nowadays understand by all the places, and it become a universal language. So information is always present into the English, while the other headings is present into the regional language. Maybe it's French, maybe in a Chinese, maybe in a Russian, other languages, the headings. But the information, the readable information, is always present into the form of English. Nowadays, MER information is also there. That is a machine electronically readable information, and that MER information is also available into the English language only. The fourth point for identification of the passport, as it is electronically generated in India, I think it's a project with the TCS, and they are working for the passport department, and they created a code, and that code consists of the 28 digit, and in this 28 digit, 8 digit is the serial number on the top. Digit 11, 12, 13 is the country code. 14 to 19 is the connect the date of birth into the reverse order. Gender of the individual is 21, and 22 to 27 number is a date of expiry in a reverse order. Rest is a number which is coming as a denotation, less than or the more than sign. In the second row, you have the first digit as a type, the country name, 3 to 5 digit. As for country name, for country we use IND for India, and followed by the surname of the individual. Passport, usually it is valid for the 10-year, but in some cases it is valid for the 1 year also, and for some specific duration, like passport of the Hajj or the passport of the any special travel. So that is not valid for the 10-year, but that is valid for the 1 year. Even in 1995 to 1998, passport was issued for only 1 year, just because of some concern related to border security issues. So this rules change time to time, but usually passport is issued for the 10-year of the validity. So here you can see this is a machine readable zone information, and once you visited any foreign country, those who have visited the foreign country, these information was readed during the immigration, and these construction of the machine readable zone is like, first you can see the passport number in alpha-digit number, then country code, surname of the individual like IND, then Gupta, then you can see the double filer of the pre-identifier like Swapnil, then given name is Swapnil, character information is there. Then you can see the passport number at 8 digit in alphanumeric. Then you can see the again check digit number of the passport number, that is the 8 digit, and nationality in the reverse order, nationality in the code order 3 digits, so IND for the India. Date of birth in a reverse order, you can see 1986 January 13. So it is in a reverse order for the date of birth, gender of the individual, and for the male, and date of the birth, individual, date of the expiry, date of the expiry in a person, then composite final digit. By these data, it provide a 28 digit information, and which once, if anyone is editing, even if you remove this sign, this filler character, if you remove, or definitely if your name is more than 7 digit, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If your name is more than 8 digit, so you have to delete this. Only you can type the extra digit. So once you will delete this, that MRZ will not accept your passport, or will not accept your passport for the verification. So for that, filler characters are important once passport is verified. And for that, they have the different kind of scanner. And that scanner, if you have visited to any foreign country, you have seen into immigration department, it's a MRZ, machine read zone information scanner is there. So these all information 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 15 to information you can read. It's a type, country code, passport number, given nationality, gender, date of the birth, place of the birth, place of the issue, date of the issue, date of the expiry, MR zone, this information 12 number. This complete last two line is the MRZ zone information. Then a signature of the individual. This is a scanned signature, and which they took during. Now they are taking a signature in front of the themselves. Earlier we used to sign and send into the form, but now they are taking into the passport care center, e-passport seva kendra, and then they scan, and then after scanning they put the signature. So passport note, which is presented by the President of the Republic of India. So here you can see the authority who is issuing the passport. So on the back side of the passport, you will going to get these information like name of the father, legal guardian, name of the mother, name of the spouse, address, old passport number if you are renewing the passport number, and the file number. While the file number is important because once you here you can see the old passport number is not there because it's a newly issued passport, and while the file number is important, like if you are committing any crime and police caught you, and during they receive one passport in your position in your possession, so how you will they will verify that what all document you have provided. So the passport department, they have the scanned form of all your document, and once you apply the passport or you have applied passport, you see you have to upload document to the passport.gov.in, and by that they are making a file of every individual into the digital format.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, sorry, sir, interrupt, sir. Someone presented this slide. Dear participant, do not present this slide. Gauri Nandan, do not present this slide. I request you, do not present this slide. Whoever will present this slide will be removed from the session. Kindly find the presenting ID of the speaker, click on it and pin it. You will see the slide.
Gauri, Gauri Nandana, can you stop presenting your slides so that I can start?
Sir, he has been removed. Can you present the slide again, sir?
It's visible now?
Yes, sir. It's visible.
Dear participants, please find the presenting ID of the speaker, Dr. Ranjeet Singh. Click on it and pin it to see the slide.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Yes, sir, you can carry on, sir.
Okay. Can you see my slide?
No, sir.
No, sir. Not visible.
Sir,
Arun,
it's blank, sir.
Yes, blank, sir. Not visible.
Let me try again. Now?
yes, sir.
Yes, sir, it's coming.
No, sir.
Yes, sir, it's now visible, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay. So see here you can see that information is present, and the file number, how it is important. So the file number is important once you visit or you commit any crime. So then they will get the information that what all document. Like in case of the government document, once you are getting a passport, then NOC is required from the government. And if you are providing any forged NOC, then definitely your passport going to be sealed. And there was a very famous case for the one director of the Forensic Science Laboratory, that a case was filed that he has presented the wrong NOC and for procuring the passport. It was in the media. I'm not sure about how the information is correct or not, but it was published into the Times of India that director of some laboratory has given a false document for procuring the passport. So like this, we have to be very careful once you are providing any document, because if we see that after presenting a document, our things will going to destroy, or they are not keeping the data for the long. So it's a foundation for the authority to keep data until unless that the expiry or the next renewal of the passport. So at least for the 10 year, they keep the record. So like this, passport is generally people nowadays what they are saying that see, this is my passport copy, and you are saying that I have procured this policy on the 16 November 2014, but on 16 November 2014 I was in immigration of the India, and you can see the stamp, and then I was not in India, I went to some other country. How I can sign a document, how I can procure a policy? So as per the rule, once any document is signed and the date is mentioned, it is considered that document was created on that particular date, not the earlier, not the before. So because time of the signature cannot be established, so it's a presumption and it's a things that we consider that date of creation is the date which is mentioned in the document. So if a person is able to prove that he is not in the country, then it's against the IRDA rules and he cannot procure that policy, he cannot purchase that policy. Oh, so like that. So you can see in this document, there is a perforation number is not there. So once you will receive any passport, so you can see here dotted number. So these dotted number always give an individual identity. So here you can see the dotted number is not provided by the individual. When we requested to give the full scanned copy of the passport, then he refused to give the passport just because he came to know that yes, it is going to be caught. Because every page has the perforation number, and that perforation number will prove that either this stamp is of your passport or someone else's passport. Like if a front and back, I given the mic and am I audible?
Dear participant, do not on your mics. It's a request. Otherwise, you will be removed from the session. Please go on, carry on, sir, please.
Yes. So like that, once we receive these all information, then only we can reach to the conclusion either this stamp, immigration stamp, is belong from particular individual or not. Either this is for the his visit or someone else. Because if I get the scanned copy from my friend who visited to the US, definitely it can be solve my problem. So investigation is required in a proper way. So these are the passport issued earlier. If you see that passport of the earlier time, there was no number, then it was a perforated number. Here you can see, and information was the handwritten only, not the type. And in handwritten is sometimes it's very easy to add more name or edit the name and other information or make a false passport for the visiting. So in India, we are basically getting a three kind of passport. But apart from this, there are other kind of passport also issued for the religious function, for the other things like for the Hajj, there are different kind of passport issued for the person who is going for the Hajj. So one is a regular passport, which we receive all other we all have a passport in the regular manner. And second is a government official passport, and third is a diplomat passport, like ambassador and other people who have the passport. So these three kind of Indian category, and they are all having some relevancy feature. They all having some security feature. Like in a regular passport, you can see the type of passport is a personal. You can see that color of the passport is a dark navy blue, and it is issued to a general public. You can see that official passport, it is a service passport, which is a grayish or the whitish in color, which represent the country of the traveling for the official business. And the diplomat means a top ranking government official receive a passport with a maroon color, and which is used for the representing to company, representing to country to the other diplomats as an Indian diplomats. So this is a passport information. This is a machine readable passports and issued. And here, if you say that in 2015, if the machine readable passport is issued, and you can see that website and you can see the national call center where you can get the information that how you can procure the passport and what is the validity. So this is the things you can see here, all the information, and this is a full document passport. Here you can see there is no number is present. So similarly, earlier time when India is a British Indian passport, you see this is a very old passport, and 1912 born, individual born is 1912, and it is before the independent, I think. So that passport was issued in the name of Indian British Indian passports. So here, as already discussed, and now government is. I have read this. I don't know how relevant is this information, but I have read through some website that now government is planning to issue in 2020 some e-passports, and that will come into the form of like our ATM card or the credit card, having a chip code and having all the information. And this will be maybe GPS enabled also, so that individual can be tracked easily by the government for if any notorious activity is done by the any person. So this is a proposal. I'm not sure about how the information is relevant, and how the information is obtained. So next, I'm going to move towards the Aadhaar card, and Aadhaar card containing the 12-digit number, which is a unique number, and that is issued for the citizen of India, and it is having a software, ECMP software, and that software will generate the 12-digit random number, depend upon your biometric information and your iris information and your data provided. So it's a random number, unique number, which comes during the by calculating a digit and by your biometric information. So these all information available on the PAN card, on the Aadhaar card, like name of the cardholder, date of birth of the cardholder, gender of the cardholder, photo of the cardholder represent, QR code is there, then containing all the details of the cardholder in electronic form, address of the cardholder, Aadhaar number, and all demographic information is available into the Aadhaar card, and it is already stored into the database of Unique Identification Authority of the India (UID). So by this, if you just read the QR code, you will get all these 7 information like your name, your date of birth, your gender, your photo details, and your information in the electronic format to the QR code, address, and Aadhaar. If someone is editing in Aadhaar card, date of birth, or editing their address to represent, they can only edit the information which is available, which is readable information. Like here you can see they can edit these information only. But once you scan this QR code, you will find the exact information, that what is the exact information available here. So like this, it is important to identify that how QR code play an important role in identification of the individual. So similarly, name and in this a reference number present into form of barcode, and that going to be stored in the database of the UID, and that UID having a database stored all your document which you provided during the submission and during the procuring of during the issue of this Aadhaar card. So this reference number, file number will issue and help in generation of all your document available. Next is the voter ID card. As a voter ID card is issued for the voter individual, so it is depend upon the individual to it is depend upon state to state, and it is very much rapidly changing. But now ECI, the Election Commission of India, they have, I think, standardized the process, and by standardization of the process, they are making a one kind of voter ID for the all states, and that's why the concept is coming one country, one election kind of things is, so that a single voter ID can be used for the individual. And because we have the variation in size, we have the colors differences, we have the information which is printed on the voter ID is different from the state to state and place to place. So these are this is the information which I am showing is particularly belongs to the Delhi voter ID, and it is maximum available in the other state voter ID also. So here the information present is computerized, and it should not generally when you see an old issued voter ID, like a voter ID is issued in 2010, and someone is presenting a voter ID having the same photograph as was in a as it is present into the application form. So how it is possible that application form and after 10 years the same photograph is using? So you can raise a question on that if it is issued old and photograph is presenting now. Then card issued after 2000 onwards, there is a serial number which is present on the top on the both side, and which is matched with the old on the back side. And age as on written on the back side, it is not more than 18 months, less than 18 months is required when the issue date is there. And the font size for the Delhi voter ID is fixed 8 in a Times New Arial, and the Times New Roman has the 10 size. So few information is available into the Arial, few information is available into Times New Roman. And the signature of the issuing authority on the back is a stamp on the signature is now it's earlier it was a stamp, but now it is a signed and scanned format is present. Earlier it was by the rubber stamp with the ink. None of the signature was done by the pen, but we have received few cases where the signature was issuing authority was done by the pen. So it is only by the rubber stamp, not by the pen. and photo is fixed on the voter ID, that is a 3 centimeter and 2.3 centimeter in there. All the information is available into the English or the Hindi and plus regional languages. So here you can verify from the government electoral search.in. From here you can verify your information, and by that information you can check the voter ID is correct or not, which is provided by the person as address proof or the name or the proof. So from here you can verify from the government record. So this is the variation. Earlier the voter ID was issued in this format. Now this is coming into this format. So there is always variation. The date, which 18 month I was saying that issue date. This is the date, and this date and issue date, like your application date. Application date and your date should not be more than 18. This is a signature which I was discussing. That signature was not by signed with the pen. It was scanned or a rubber stamp. So this you can see, this is a rubber stamp, and this is not the scan. This is not the scan work. So either rubber stamp is required or the scan signature is required. So can anybody tell this is a forged or the genuine? Any participant, you can unmute and tell the answer. This is forged or not. Forged? No. So see, it looks that this is a genuine voter ID, but if you check the information, it is a forged, because you can see here the mother name, father name, and the husband name is there. While in the voter ID, only father name or the husband name is available. So you can see this is a forged, although it's looking with a hologram and other thing, it's looking a very genuine, but it is a scanned and created by the computerized software. So you can see the information here in a Bangla and English. So regional languages is always available for the information. And this is just a created voter ID in the form of invitation letter. So here you can see the information which is here you can see this number, this voter card number, and this number should always be in a same format. But here you can see this is a different format. So this is a forge. Again, it is a forge. And why it is done by the person? Because he has the address of some other place, and he wants to procure that policy paper on some other place. So he taken the back side of his friend and front side of his own, and he scanned and given that document to the insurance company. So address, and he forget to check this number. So by this number you can check the vote document is a forged. And then the driving license again is a location specific document, and this is P for the Delhi. It is of the 8 number. Photograph is fixed 2.5 centimeter into 2.5 centimeter. And driving license has the computerized software, like they click the photograph through the webcam, not the scan photograph like in a PAN card, or it is in some other places like in a PAN card, or like like PAN card or the passports or the other documents. So this is a computerized click document, and on top right side there is a N for the new, R for the renewal, and D for the duplicate. Commercial driving license is valid for 1 year. Personal driving license is a multiplication of the 5 year, and it is depend upon the individual age. If age of individual is less than 50, then only it is issued for the 5 year, and if it is more than 50, then it is issued for the 1 year. Like for an example, if your age is 20 years, then your passport will be issued for the 20 years, means 40 years. If your age is 27 years, then your passport will be issued for 10 years only. If your age is 36 years, then your passport will be issued for the 5 year only. And if your age is 46 years, 47 years, 48 years respectively, then your passport will be issued for the 3 year, 4 year, or the 1 year. So if your age is 49 years, then your passport will be issued for, your driving license will be issued for the only 1 year. And if your age is 50, then it will be for the multiplication of similarly 1 year. So every year renewal is required for the documents. And these are the government website from where you can check the status of your driving license. So these are the information available on the present driving license, which is issued for the Union of India and by the states. And here you can see the states number, symbol of the states is there, 11 number point. So point number 1 is a card header, then the golden national emblem, then the DL number. Point number 4 is a date of first issue. Point number 5 is a microtext which carry the information. Point number 6 is a date of the birth. Point number 7 is the name of an individual. 8 is the date of father's name, then photograph, license category, then state symbol, then blood group, validity, and organ donor. Individual is organ donor or not. So point number 14 is mentioned over here. So if you are registered as an organ donor, then it is a OD will come. So here you can see the driving license of, there is a Union of India driving license for CH, Chhattisgarh, or maybe Chandigarh also. We have to check that. Driving license A for the Andhra Pradesh, RJ for the Rajasthan. So you can see the top portion for the all 4 is Union of India driving license. Earlier, what happened, once an individual going with a driving license, like see the Gujarat state license. So here, government authority, once they will issue international driving license, because this driving is valid throughout the India. It is written that valid throughout the India. But here the name of the country is not very promptly mentioned. So that's why they made changes, and they on the every state they are issuing a driving license with the Union of India and the state code, so that it can be verified that it is a Union of India driving license and from the Uttar Pradesh. It is issued from the Uttar Pradesh. It is issued from the Rajasthan, like that. Earlier, you can see the states. It's a Kerala states. It's a Gujarat state. It's city of Delhi. So like this, government of Bihar, the Indian driving license. So here you can see the variation, but here you can see the uniformity. So in a uniformity, it's easy to track the individual, and also it's easy for the international authority to recognize our driving license, that yes, this driving license is issued from the India. So this one is, you can see this is a forge, and here you can see the photograph of some person was pasted, and information, this all information is wrong, and even you can find on a Google the same photograph and the different information. So this is the forged driving license was issued, this all the forged document which we verified during the case examination. Here you can see here which one is forged. Can anyone tell? Can anyone tell which one is forged? No? So see, in this both document were forged, and we have verified that both document was forged, because you see the validity is from the 12 January to 15 January 2005. While any document, once it is issued, it is valid only for the very previous day. Here you can see it is issued on the 2nd November, valid till 1st November. Issued on 18 July, valid till 17 July only. Issued on 23, valid till 22nd. Similarly, it is depend upon the individual validity. So here you can see the validity is more than 3 days extra. So it should be always like the validity should end on a 11th of January 2005. Then only it can be valid. So both document was created. Then after investigation, we find that if this individual is in a habit to create a forged document for the getting a policy benefit and blackmailing the individual, blackmailing the insurance company for getting the benefit of the policies. So school leaving certificate also this having information, and that information going to the system, to the web portal to the QR code generator, then again to the system, then it's verify the document, and the information which is available on the printed, the information which you have on your certificate 10th mark sheet. Nowadays it's coming with a QR code. So that information which by the CBSE or the state board was shared by the university, and that university to the web portal, and the user university can verify your record either this is available or not. Apart from few security feature like micro printing, there are other features also available. By that, a school leaving certificate is verified. So say this document I used to show in other presentation, you can see why forensic science is so ignored. Even a bank manager doesn't know the spelling of forensic. So that is the irony of our country. We require to you all forensic fraternity people, you all required to make a forensic. So you have to advertise your forensic that yes, you are the forensic expert, you can help them, because you can see the spelling of the forensic, and this is a bank manager, signed by the bank manager, written by the bank manager. So it is the things that we require to be very careful once we are dealing with any kind of document. So that is all from my side. Now I'm open for the question from you all. And if you all can connect to the social media for any question, for any other future discussion. So I'm available on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Insta. So you all can connect if you require any information from my side. So I'm ending my presentation here, and now I'm open for your question.
Thank you very much, sir, for your wonderful presentation. Dear participants, any questions you can ask one by one. Mute your mic and you can on your mic and you can ask your questions. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hello, sir.
Yes, Nitu, you can ask your question.
So, what is commercial DL?
Commercial is driving license which is issued by for running any commercial vehicle, like driving license for truck, driving license for mini moped, driving license for bus. So that is for the commercial activity, not for the personal activity, because there is a two kind of document, LMB and two-wheeler. So that is for the personal use, but the driving license which is issued for the commercial purpose for the drivers who is running the vehicle for any company or any I can say any courier company or any transport. So for that, or any taxi services like Ola, Uber, and other things, they require a commercial vehicle.
Thank you, sir. So, I have another question.
Yes, please go ahead.
So, what is NOC in a passport?
NOC is no objection certificate. So, an individual who is working for any authority or who is working for any government authority. So, for because passport is issued for the foreign travel, and if you are a government employee, you require to take a permission from your employer. Employer means government. Means you have to take the permission from your state government. You have to take the permission from your secretary or some other place. Then only you can apply for the passport. That is called NOC, no objection certificate.
Thank you, sir. That's it.
Arun, you can ask the question right now. Arun, you can ask the question.
And anyone, if you are not able to ask a question, you can type a question into the chat box. I'll read from the chat box and I'll answer. I will try to answer the questions from the chat box.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Sir, my question is, what is the difference between a diplomatic passport and official passport?
The official passport is issued for the government duty. Like there are duty by the Indian officers, like doctors and others, for going to the Hajj or some other places for serving on behalf of the government to some other country. Like that passport is called the government passport. And diplomat means who is going on behalf of the country to represent the country as a diplomat. Diplomat means country confidential information or the country discussion things. So that is a diplomat passport, like a person who is an investor or other.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Any other participant? Question from the Shilpa: can we change the picture in the Aadhaar card? Once you will visit the Aadhaar card for the updation, so they are not changing the picture only; they are just changing the information, biographic information only. They are changing.
Is there anyone to ask a questions, dear participants?
Kausar Ansari, she asked, like raw people will have a diplomat passport. I'm not sure because it's a confidentiality agreement between the different investigating agency. So I'm not here to comment on raw basically.
So another one question. Some other countries started using biometric passports.
Palas, may I ask a question? Some other country started issuing biometric passports. So what do you think about this feature does not provide advanced security compared to the... See, biometric passport, even the Indian passport is also completely biometric passports. So once you go for taking a passport, they take all your biometric information, like they take your fingerprints and others. And that biometric is shared with the immigration department. So once you are traveling to the other country, they are taking your fingerprint during the immigrations. And at the immigration place, they took your fingerprint, and that fingerprint they verify from the available data shared with by the respective government. So it's the biometric passport is all passport is also biometric passport. In an e-passport, there are some more security features coming. Like if you see the old and the new, that is a different passport. So Sonali asked, what is the role of OCR in passport security? See, the OCR is not playing a very much important role. It's only for the it's help in a reading of the content of the passport. If someone is if someone is making information false, then it is only OCR is only helpful.
Dear participants, anyone left to ask a questions? Dear participants.
Sir, good morning, sir.
Good morning. How long does it take to issue passport?
मैंने अब बनाया है पैन कार्ड। मैंने अब बनाया है पैन कार्ड। मैं अब स्टूडेंट हूँ, तो अगर मैं जब करूँगा तब मुझे कुछ अलग से कुछ रजिस्टर या अपडेट करना पड़ेगा पैन कार्ड में?
नहीं, कुछ भी नहीं आपको अपडेट करना, क्योंकि पैन कार्ड होता है परमानेंट अकाउंट नंबर। सो जो आपका एक परमानेंट अकाउंट नंबर हो गया है और आपकी एज 18 से ऊपर है, तो उसके लिए जो है आपको कोई भी इंफॉर्मेशन चेंज नहीं करनी है। जब आप बैंक अकाउंट ओपन करेंगे 18 से ऊपर या जॉब करने लगेंगे, तो वहाँ आपको बैंक अकाउंट में इंफॉर्मेशन आपसे मांगेंगे कि आपका स्टूडेंट अकाउंट ओपन करना है या वर्किंग अकाउंट करना है। पैन कार्ड के अंदर कोई भी चेंजेस नहीं होंगे, इवन आप वर्क कर रहे हैं या नहीं कर रहे हैं।
So another one is question asked by Snehashish Mandal.
Thank you.
Yeah, which type of passport will be required in the case of CBI investigation during a foreign tour? It's a normal passport. They travel on the normal passports once they go. A visa type is a different, which definitely is a confidential, so I cannot share here.
Sir, another one is question. Mr. Siddharth is saying that, sir, which government authority designed these security features in these documents?
See, there are different government authorities. So all these governed by the Ministry of Home Affairs, but like in a currency note, security feature is decided by some other authority. For the passport authority, Ministry of External Affairs, they decide the security features. They are taking the help of different experts and the different other people also.
Okay, sir. The another one question, sir. Last question asked by Mr. Vicky. What is the ALM in manual testing?
ALM, no, it's AML, anti-money laundering document.
Okay. Sir, how long it takes to issue a passport?
Yeah, so that question was asked that how long it will take. So if you are applying for the fast mode, it is issued within the 7 days. In a normal, it is issued within a 1 month.
Okay. Dear participants, any questions left? Okay, sir. So we thank you very much for giving your valuable time and giving a wonderful presentation, sir, which was very meaningful and wonderful for us, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
And I would like to thank our director, sir, and our HOD, sir, and our team members of Forensic Science. And also, once again, I would like to thank Dr. Ranjeet Singh, sir, giving a wonderful presentation, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir.